back to A&M the AM, episode 48. I'm back here with Mort. Mort, how you doing this week?
I'm very hot. That's why I wanted to delay it until the night, but things happen, so we're going crazy.
It's not that hot. There's a nice breeze going, I
It's
think.
not that hot for a normal person. We're talking about a different atmosphere here.
You're up in the clouds right now.
Yeah.
But I mean that's good though. But you gotta open up that window. I mean, you probably have it closed right now, don't
I
you?
Yep, you can see the
Yeah.
curtain moving.
That's what I was
Had
gonna
a
say. It's
fan in
probably
it. I had
closed.
to turn the fan off so we could record. So that's why it instantly went back up 10 degrees.
Hey, okay. This one won't be as long as the past couple, hopefully, actually.
It probably
But
will.
last week we did our greatest or our what we think our greatest baseball team of all time would be. Now we're
Of like
going greatest,
favorites and whatever
yeah,
we would
favorites,
pick.
favorites, who we think would play there. Because I mean, there was a couple people there like. I mean, honestly, I'm looking at my list again. It's like the greatest players of all time at that position. But basketball is going to be more who we
Basically.
think deserves to be there. And I'm scared because last week we started out with the pitchers, and five out of our top six pitchers, five out of our top six picks, our first picks, we agreed on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm scared that it's going to be the same,
That's why we were
but
saying that we think we're gonna have 3 or 4 of the same guys in the starting five.
at least the starting five. We're doing a starting five and then kind of like a second unit, which either is going to be the second best player at that position or just our like second favorite player at that position. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'll are we gonna go position by position?
Of course.
Are we going just the starting five and then after starting five go to okay?
Yeah.
So I'll let you start out with your point guard.
Okay. Like I said last week, it was gonna be obvious that I had the jersey on for a reason.
All right.
My favorite point guard of all time, Chris Paul. I've said this before many times. You already knew he was gonna be there. You already knew it was gonna be him. Anybody
No,
could have guessed that probably.
honestly, I didn't know who you were gonna. I thought he was gonna be your number two, and I thought you were gonna go either Curry or somebody else for your number one. But I mean, yeah, CP3 top three point guard all time, and I think
But
he's
I've
solidified.
been speaking it into existence. I'm happy you're saying it now too.
No, I've said it with you since the beginning, since we've been
Oh,
talking about it. I've said it with you, but I
good.
mean now, especially what he's doing with Phoenix, it's definitely showing. He's done it with three teams. I seen something that was like Chris Paul should just make a challenge where he goes to the worst team in the league and sees his team take to the
Yeah,
playoffs.
because every year the win percentage goes up.
Yeah. I had more of who I thought was best at the position. I put Magic.
Yeah,
Um,
I figured.
yeah. I don't know. I just feel
Like,
like
because he is the best, but like I said,
he
if we're going by best, yeah, I would have put him. But
yeah.
my favorite, I put Chris Paul.
He changed the game from what it was in like the 80s and 90s, and he kind of transitioned to more what a point guard was in like the mid 2000s. I feel like he was a early what a point guard. He was more what a point guard is now than what it was back then. Like he's
Yeah,
like a LeBron, a Luca, uh, you need to say Russell Westbrook. He was like what a point guard is now compared to what it was back then. So
I mean personally, I have him number one all time, and then Steph number two, and then Chris Paul three. But
yeah,
besides the
that's
point.
my list right there. But I like we said, it's like favorite or best that we could pick whichever one we went with there.
Hmm.
Oh, shooting guard.
No surprise, I'm going Kobe.
Okay, okay. I went Michael.
Yeah,
I
I
had
figured.
to. I mean, I love
That's where
Kobe.
one of the question marks was. I didn't know if you'd put Kobe over him or not, and put Jordan on the bench.
I I I love Kobe, but it's like Jordan again. We can argue. We had an hour and a half argument about this on the channel already. Literally, like it, I don't know. Jordan was just so dominant in his era that it's hard to put Kobe over him. But it's like you also want to put Kobe over because of like he's Kobe and just his work ethic and just yeah who he is.
Honestly, and I think he fits better in my starting five. But honestly, looking at it too, I think yours might be a little different. I mean, outside of that, because all of mine on my team have played within the last 10, 12 years, maybe
Okay.
15. I think it's about 12 years. They're either all currently in the league or were in the league. Um, like I said, in the past 10 or so years.
Yeah.
It's probably been a little bit longer for one of them, but
So I'm looking at my list right now, and I'm making a change to it. So you can
Okay.
go small forward real fast here.
Um, Best scorer of all time, KD.
Well, I'll stick with mine then. Actually, I have KD there too. I was gonna switch it up there, and because I was gonna throw somebody else in, but I might actually just change that and throw him on the other side
Yeah,
there.
I didn't know if you'd go Larry or not. That's one of the ones I kind of figured we'd have KD, but at the same time, especially with
No,
you going
I
Magic, I didn't know if you'd
see.
go KD or not.
Larry's such a weird player. Like it's like yeah, he was so good, but it's like it was for such a short time, and his sample size is so small that like yeah, like if he played for an extra 5 6 years, you can put him in the argument. Like people still do, and obviously he deserves to be put in the argument. But it's like it's a weird place for him to be put in the
Kind of like
argument.
Michael Porter Jr.
What do you mean?
Michael
What do
Porter
you,
Jr. is a modern day Larry Bird.
nowhere close. What? He's 10 times more athletic than Larry Bird ever. He has as much athleticism in his pinky finger as Larry Bird did in his whole body.
What I'm saying. I mean, people are talking that Michael Porter Jr. might be better.
Okay. Don't know where that came from. But greatest power forward of all time, or in your opinion?
Um, I just moved him. It's LeBron, obviously.
Yeah,
Moved him
I
down
moved him
to
two down
power
there.
forward with KD there.
I moved him down there too. I mean,
A lot
he,
of people put
him,
him at on the. A lot of people put him at power forward to either
him
put
or
Larry
KD.
or KD and other guys at small forward.
I think him and KD are interchangeable right there. Small forward,
Yeah,
power forward.
I mean
Um,
it's just because of Ron being bigger and guarding 1 through 5 that
yeah.
I feel like
And
he
I
gets put
mean,
at power forward a lot.
the thing with power forward's the most undecidable position for who's the greatest at that because you have like a good top 3 or 4 that are arguably literally like hair links away from each other with like how great they are, I would
Hmm.
say.
I mean, obviously, if you're going straight up true power forward, I mean, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be Tim Duncan. A
Yeah.
lot of lists. But like
Tim
I said,
Duncan,
moving
Dirk,
guys around
Garnett.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
One of those 3. All right. Center.
Shaq, best center of all time.
That's where I differ with you.
Oh,
I went
I thought you'd have him.
I went Kareem. I
Okay.
I don't know. Over like the past, and I was talking to somebody at work about this, and I said Shaq, but then I started thinking about it, I was like, Kareem really does get disrespected. It's like, yeah,
I
he
mean,
played when
yeah,
he played, but he's the greatest scorer of all time. Like
yeah.
he has the most points ever scored. You can say what you want to say about who he played against, but like still for him to play 20 years at that height, at the level of play he played at, and he played at that level for his almost his entire career.
Hmm.
Won championships with 2 teams, only stayed with 2 teams his entire career. I don't know. That's just how Shaq is definitely one of the most dominant centers of all time.
No, yeah, I get Kareem. They're interchangeable 1 and 2s.
Mm-hmm. All right. You want to go to the second unit?
Yeah, the backup point guard, who I'd said before, is probably number 2 on my list is Steph.
Yeah, I have stuff too. Greatest shooter of all time.
Hmm.
I think I can finally say. I think we can finally say that now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We're
I
Team
hate it. I
Steph.
hated on Steph. Steph's become a likable player the past year or
Both
two
both
now.
of us.
Yeah.
We're both converting.
I
I don't
hated.
know.
I
I
hated
don't know if
Curry.
it's because of him having to carry a dead team, if it's us watching Warriors games for you for Kent, me for Jordan. Like I don't know, but
I'll be honest.
it's
I don't even notice anybody else on the TV. I don't pay attention when Ken's not on the floor.
I yeah I don't pay attention when JP's on the floor either. But
Yeah.
the way that Steph's playing, and we've talked about it before, especially right now, like
Yeah.
this past stretch, I still keep saying he should be in the MVP conversation if they make it without having to be in the play in. If they're a straight
Yeah.
up playoff spot, I think he should possibly win it or get second place. But if they get in the playoff, or I mean, if they get in the play in, then probably not. But
I think I definitely agree with you about the whole MVP, but at the same time, it's like I kind of hope a center wins it. I want that kind of cultural
Well,
shift in
yeah.
basketball where like a center is able to win it again. And right now we probably have centers dominating the league for the first time in 15 plus years. I would say since
Like
like
be liking Steph now. It's kind of weird to say, but still at the same time, like this happened when I didn't like him.
mhm.
This would be in my eyes, besides maybe one of them, this would be his first like true MVP that I feel
No,
like
it would
that
be
he
his first
deserved
true one. His other
because
two,
he robbed LeBron of one, and then that you I don't know if it was that unanimous one or the other one.
yeah, no, he robbed Russell Westbrook of that one because the
Yeah,
unanimous one, Russell Westbrook, that was I think his first year he put up to a triple double. He broke the triple double record that season. He had the highest efficiency for on court player, and he still didn't get it because Steph was unanimously the best player in the
and
league
I think the year
somehow.
before was the LeBron one
Yeah, like I
when they
truly do
said
not agree
LeBron
with the
was
unanimous one. The
obviously
unanimous one
first.
should have never happened, ever,
Yeah.
ever.
But I mean, now, like I said, we've shifted focus. We have changed hearts. We're Steph
Yeah.
fans around here. We root for him, but so that's why he's my second.
Okay, so shooting guard. I went Kobe.
I had Jordan because I had Kobe
Okay.
starting.
I'm glad you at least put Jordan as number two.
You know,
And
I'm
then
almost messed around and put AI.
eight. He's a point guard. He's a point guard, if anything.
Well, I mean, count
He can
him.
play the two. He can play the two.
Yeah, okay. Then I'd move Steph down to the two.
Oh my
Whatever.
god.
Have two midgets. Well, three with Chris Paul is not that tall. But
Yeah, so you have three midget point guards. Small forward. I'll let you go first because I have I don't know. It's weird.
mine might be a hot take also.
All right, you can go ahead.
Partially because I didn't want to put Larry as we talked about.
Yeah.
And really, I wasn't just off the top of my head. I thought of this guy. I was like, oh, you could justify it. I already have like the best scoring small forward. Why not put like, another top five, maybe top three scoring small forward of all time in Melo?
Mellow. Okay.
Yeah.
See, yeah,
And
I
I got the
understand that.
banana boat together outside of D Wade. I just thought about that.
I
I got
honestly,
LeBron.
I thought
I
about
got
putting
LeBron, Chris Paul, and Melo.
I thought about
Most of
putting
the banana
Kawhi
boat.
on my list as a second stringer, and I thought about moving
Who?
Kobe to the small forward and D Wade as the number two. Um,
Oh, you would have had straight up banana boat without Melo?
yeah, probably. Or no, I didn't. I don't
I
have.
have it
I
without
don't
D
have Chris
Wade.
Paul. I don't have Chris Paul.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I would have
I'm
had.
just missing D Wade. I just thought about that. I should have put him instead of Jordan.
I thought Larry, but then like obviously our conversation, like I agree. I agree. Like he really shouldn't be on there. So I'm going kind of a weird take here. I'm going Dirk at my three. I'm going a little bigger because I think Dirk deserves to be on there.
Yeah, but okay.
Hey,
I'm
all the
not
man,
mad about him being on your team, but at small forward just seems a little
all he
different.
needs to do is just chill at the 3 point line for me, and then he can dribble up to the.
Yeah, but how is he gonna guard a KD or a Melo or any other small forwards?
Hey,
Dude's gonna
hey,
be
hey,
way
hey,
too
hey,
slow.
hey, doesn't need to guard. We got Kobe out there for a reason. Kobe can lock up two guys.
Yeah, so okay, I was gonna say so. Dirk's now guarding the shooting guard.
Yeah, Dirk's guarding.
It's even worse.
He's guarding either AI or what would no, you didn't say AI. He's either guarding Kobe or Jordan. So yeah.
Jordan.
Power forward. I had Tim Duncan.
I did too.
Okay.
Like I said before, you normally everybody would have him at the starting or like
Yeah.
number one power forward. So
And
I had to
then
add some more defense.
center. I'm interested where you go with this because I went an interesting route.
Really?
Yeah.
So you didn't have Shaq at all then?
No.
Okay, well we talked about it and I just had the opposite. I had Kareem behind Shaq.
I had Wilt.
I figured you would do something like that.
I'd Wilt. I don't know. I like the old style centers. Again, it's like the situation of they were in obviously you can argue that who they were playing against, but it's like if they were playing now, they would still be dominant. Like half of these guys were
Maybe.
Olympic athletes too. Like Wilt was an Olympic long sprinter. He was an Olympic jumper. Like man was just a freak of nature. And 7'2", 7'3", however tall he was, like
something.
he would dominate in this league. Still, I mean, maybe not at the level he was. He might not put up 100 points, but like still, he would
He's not
dominate.
Zingas.
What?
He's not Zingas, 7'3".
I
Zingas might be better.
Yeah, I mean, but the fact is he's more athletic than like the 7'3" guys, or at least that's what it from what it seemed like he was. I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit of a hot take there, but he's top three. He's at least top five all time. I
No,
think
I know people would have him.
it goes in no
That's why I
order.
put Kareem.
It goes in no order. Kareem, Wilt, Shaq, Bill Russell,
Hakeem.
Hakeem. Yeah, probably those top five. I would have to say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think we really did any here. I don't have mine written down,
You're gonna
but
be adding DeAndre Ayton to that list soon, though.
not if he keeps getting babied.
No, he's doing the babying now.
I'm sure.
The turntables have turned.
um, a little spur of the moment, but greatest six man of all time.
I mean, every time you say the word six man, I just think of Lou Will.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lou Will or Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, I was gonna say
One of those
Jamal.
two.
Yeah, it's just I always think of Lou Will because of when I started watching is when he started winning it, and then also like
And then he didn't
Drake
stop
has a
for like 3 years.
yeah Drake has a song called Six Man, and it's all about Lou Williams. So I just kind of think of that too.
Man was never a six man though. He came in after a minute of the game and just basically played starting minutes. Don't understand that.
Well, I mean, technically in this role, my sixth man is Steph, but
Yeah, my six man would be Steph too.
so that works also.
Yeah. All right, but that's all. I mean, we just wanted to do those top greatest teams of all time there, just as quick little things. So yeah, that's all. You got anything else, Mark?
No, I just again we were scraping. There were some things we could have talked about
There
today,
definitely was. I feel like.
but it's whatever. And I know you guys got your draft coming up
Yeah, we got
sometime. I still have
Thursday.
no idea when it is, but
Thursday. I know
okay.
you'll want to watch it. You'll
Yeah,
what do you pay to be drafted?
I'll be good. I saw he's got a 30 for 30. So no,
What?
ESPN Films. He's no,
Okay.
ESPN Films before the draft about his story coming over from West Africa.
Oh, I was about to say, man has a 30 for 30 somehow. Yeah, I did
Yeah, they
see that.
gave him an ESPN Films for that. I saw he posted that.
Yeah, I did see the ESPN films. But yeah, I mean next week, we can probably go back to a little bit of basketball because season will be a week or two from being over, I think. Because next
Well,
week,
I think it's a little bit more than that,
no,
but
okay, next week we'll be in the championship of basketball fantasy, and then that next week after that will be the last week. So we'll be literally a week and a half left of basketball by the time we do the video.
I mean that might be right, but it just feels weird
Yeah, it
because
went
of
really fast.
LeBron not being back. I want to think that they'd bring him back at the start of the playoffs.
He comes back next at I think they said within a week and a half left in the season he'll come back.
I feel like he's got to be at least like close to 2 weeks.
Yeah, which you got the rest of this week, so next week, and then we got 2.5 weeks left of regular season basketball plus the play-in tournament.
It's off topic, and it could have been it could have been a tough injury, and it could not have been. At this point, do you feel like he was kind of sitting there resting up, knowing what he's got in front of him, what he can do, what he's done before? The man gave him, like I said, it looked like a tough injury. It could have been very serious, but you think he's like, giving himself a few extra weeks, getting ready for the playoffs, resting up, and just going absolutely insane in the playoffs?
I mean, it's gonna be tough because you got
Because they
obviously
made AD come back now.
Yeah,
he's gotten 2 games under his belt.
and I mean he doesn't have to put the full workload on himself right now because he's got Drummond. Obviously, that's not anything to like grab at.
Oh, those lobs to Drummond are going to be different, though.
Yeah, And then obviously you got Schroeder, Montrez, uh,
Yeah, I think that's
Kuz.
why too, because Frank Vogel came out and said that he loves what Schroeder's been doing with LeBron, like leadership wise and running the
Yeah.
point guard spot.
But I think, yeah, I think he might kind of stay out. I think he might come back for a game or two in the regular season just to see how he feels, kind of get some real game action before he gets thrown into playoff action, you know? Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be tough though, because he's going up against uh the Jazz. They're tough, especially once Mitchell comes back. The Suns, they're tough. Now they're one of the best teams
I
in
was gonna
the
say, I wonder how I don't know what place they're in because ever since he got hurt, I've just been 100% focused on the Suns. Like I haven't seen Drummond play a minute in a Lakers uniform,
they're in
but
fifth, fifth, I believe.
so they should be close to playing the Nuggets then. I
Which
think.
is not as tough anymore because Jamal
I
Murray.
was gonna say without Jamal.
They are. They're five, so they would play the Nuggets right now. They're 4 games out of that fourth spot, so right now they're kind of locked to play in the Nuggets.
Okay,
Which
that works.
and then obviously LA, the Clippers, they're looking really good. Kawhi, Paul George is going off. Probably I hope he doesn't I hope he actually does decent in the playoffs. I feel bad for playoff
I
P.
don't.
I mean, obviously, yeah, you don't,
I
but
hope he does good, and then I hope he does good and they lose.
I mean, just as a basketball
Because
fan,
I
I
was a
hope he
Paul
does
George
good.
fan before.
You say you were?
I was a Paul George fan before he went to the Clippers, and then I hope he does good, and then just they still lose though.
Yeah. I mean, right now, just a quick look. Playing tournaments looking like Portland versus Memphis, San Antonio versus Golden State. But San Antonio, Golden State, and Memphis are all tied right now.
I was gonna say, imagine Trailblazers against Warriors, just Steph and Lillard going at it, trying to get an MVP and make the playoffs.
Yeah, that would honestly be kind of crazy.
It would just be give the ball to Steph and Lillard and get out of the way, so I don't have a shootout like the
Yeah,
All-Star game.
it really would be. Except they're going against each other now, not on the same team. Still don't understand how that happened.
They'll still be matching each other's
Yeah.
shots.
And then over in the East, just to talk about it real fast, we got Washington, 10th spot, Indiana, Charlotte, and Miami. Washington's cooking up something.
Oh, I forgot Miami wasn't in it. I was gonna say, I know you said yesterday how much you love Washington and think they can win it all.
They're cooking something up over there. Bradley, they had what was it? They had the second longest win streak since. No, that can't be right. I know that's not right. I don't know. They had this like second longest win streak after having the longest losing streak or something. And since
Weird.
2000.
That's
It was a really
nerd
weird
again.
stat. It was like 9
Here we
wins.
go again.
It was weird. But they're sitting at 27 wins, Indiana 29, Charlotte 30, and then Miami 32. They're tied with Boston though. So Boston. What I'm hoping, and I think it would be the most.
When's Melo coming back?
He's
got to be like next week or so.
Yeah, they said this week he was returning to basketball activities.
Melo in the playoffs as a rookie. Oh my gosh, it's gonna hit different.
Something I said though that would be funny, and the most basketball thing to happen, the Knicks fall down to the playoff tournament or to the play-in tournament, and then get bounced by like
That'd be
Washington.
so funny.
It'd be the most
That'd be so funny
thing ever. It would be the most Knicks thing ever. And I mean, everybody says yeah.
I'd be behind it.
It would be like, yeah, it's good for the Knicks. It's good for basketball for the Knicks to be good. And I agree with that. I mean, the New York's the epicenter of what you could say they're the epicenter of the world. So like it's good for basketball to be good there. It's good for sports to be good there. But it's just like it'd be the most Knicks thing ever, just for them to be so good the entire season.
That'd be funny.
And then for them to fall to like the 8th seed, and then them lose to the 7th seed, and them have to play the 10th seed, and then lose to the 10th seed and get bounced from the tournament. It would be the greatest thing ever.
I saw people saying they're going to be a problem in the playoffs though for the Heat and other teams because their defense.
Yeah, right now they would be playing the Hawks because they're the 4th seed. Hawks are 5th seed, and Hawks are injured. So
I was gonna say they probably beat them, but that's a discussion for another day.
Yeah, we'll discuss that next week maybe. All right, but
yeah, probably have to.
Yeah, probably have to now. So thank you guys for watching. You guys could like and subscribe. That'll help us out a lot. And we'll see you guys next time.